Right now it's 6, an arrest made in a La Crosse County homicide, what we know about the suspect, and the state biennial budget officially signed into law, and what it means for Wisconsin residents.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. New details on a Holman death investigation earlier this week. 38-year-old Jacob Andrew Claver of Winona is charged with first-degree intentional homicide in the death of Josh Pigney. According to the criminal complaint, police found signs of struggle and that someone had switched off the home's main electrical breaker. The victim's ex-girlfriend told police that Claver had been stalking her. The cause of death appears to be strangulation and blunt force trauma. Claver is held in Winona County, and the incident is still under investigation. Last night, La Crosse police responded to a shots fired incident on the 600 block of Pettibone Drive. A physical altercation led to an exchange of gunfire. Antonio Shaw Jr. was arrested and faces charges including attempted second-degree homicide and illegal firearm possession. Police say that at this time they are not aware of anyone being injured and it appears to be an isolated incident. The investigation is ongoing. New details in yesterday's Pickwick house fire. According to police, the homeowner was on her way back to the house when she was involved in a car accident. Sandra Kapausman was airlifted to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries after her vehicle rolled over and caught on fire. The house on fire was deemed a total loss by fire officials. Well, it's one of the busiest travel days of the year and on the roads and in the air. News 8 Now's Grace Monk joins us with the latest.
A record-breaking number of Wisconsinites are expected to travel this holiday weekend. AAA predicts that 1.6 million Wisconsinites will travel this week for the 4th of July. 1.47 million people are expected to drive and 59,000 to fly. TSA recommends heading to the airport early, especially on Sunday, which they anticipate to be the busiest day. We asked some travelers flying into LSC how airports have handled the extra passengers.
Lots of travelers in O'Hare a little bit, but they were managing the congestion well.
It's definitely busier than what I expected it was going to be.
If you plan on driving, AAA says the best times to travel are Friday before 12 p.m. and on Saturday and Sunday before 11 a.m. One driver from Virginia said she didn't hit traffic until she arrived in Wisconsin.
Like what you would expect. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Actually, Wisconsin we hit traffic between like the Wisconsin border and the Dells, and then when we got by that, we were okay.
And good news for drivers, gas prices are the lowest they've been in 4 years. According to AAA, the average price for a regular gallon of gas in Wisconsin right now is $2.94. And those travel numbers will be up across this country with over 72 million Americans expected to travel. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. La Crosse police are urging people to be responsible this 4th of July weekend. Police will be out in greater numbers downtown and on the river this weekend to enforce safety standards. A couple of reminders from officials: stay hydrated, keep track of your party, have a designated driver or rideshare planned out ahead of time, and if you're boating, police will be enforcing no wake zones and checking for possible OWIs.
We just want people to be courteous of your neighbors. We want people to have fun, enjoy the 4th of July. We don't want to ruin anybody's fun, but safety and just courtesy is what we really want to focus on.
And a final reminder, any fireworks that leave the ground or explode are illegal in the city. New updates to the beach water quality results in the area. The La Crosse County Health Department retested water at Airport Beach, Black River Beach, and Bluebird Springs Campground. All three were deemed unsafe to swim in earlier this week. All three are now safe at safe levels and are open for swimming. Well, it was a warm one today, but we do have some possible storms headed this way this evening. Will that cool us down at all a bit, Greg?
Yeah, it'll cool us a little bit down, but we still got warm and humid conditions to come too behind these storms. It's kind of like a warm front lifts north tonight. And right now, most of the activity is kind of to the southwest of La Crosse and not affecting Eau Claire either. So Eau Claire, the chances really aren't there too much until we get closer to 9 to 10. Even that's a little bit low, but notice we're not going to drop off too much in the temperatures by 11 p.m. We're still at 76 degrees. Now, for La Crosse, the chance starts coming up really not at 8 to 9. You start seeing that come back up a little bit. So I think by 10, 11, the chances definitely are there. We'll have to see if it pans out. Right now, all the activity is really just off our area. Prairie du Chien is probably the closest location, but that area circled right there is what you would expect probably through about 10 p.m. to see conditional development. It should stay just to the west of La Crosse as we kind of zoom in. Just really Prairie du Chien is going to be getting hit with a pretty good thunderstorm that's just passing right to their south. Overall, if we kind of look at the timing of that, you see not much activity going on. It's really going to start developing a little bit later after 10 to 11. Some of it may get close to La Crosse, but not expecting a lot until we get to 10 p.m. So big picture shows that also. Overnight low temperatures not getting too much down into the 70s, low 70s, upper 60s to north. You will feel the humidity come back up. And the sparkler forecast for rain, it's actually good. Now for all the other conditions, I wouldn't say that's that great. We're going to deal with humid, muggy conditions and temperatures in the 80s, and we'll break all that down when we'll actually see rain this weekend too a bit later.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Greg. Well, after more than 6 months of debate and negotiations, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act has now been passed by Congress. The legislation significantly boosts spending for border security, immigration enforcement, and defense. It also extends President Trump's 2017 tax cuts, increases the child tax credit, and ends taxes on tips and overtime pay. Democrats voted against the bill unanimously, citing changes and steep cuts to safety net programs, including SNAP and Medicaid.
When you go over the bill, it was very easy to get him to a yes. You know, we went over that bill, and point after point, biggest tax cut in history, great for security, great on the southern border. Immigration is covered. We covered just about everything.
President Trump is planning a White House signing ceremony for his signature legislation on the 4th of July. Wisconsin lawmakers are reacting to the passage of the bill. Senator Tammy Baldwin said in part, quote, Republicans chose to put their super rich friends over working families. They chose to gut Medicaid, decimate our rural hospitals, and terminate health care for 17 million Americans. Congressman Derek Van Orden also releasing a statement saying in part, quote, Americans will see their taxes go down, wages go up, and integrity and stability restored in critical programs like SNAP and Medicaid. Well, back in the Badger State, Governor Evers signed the 2025 biennial budget into law. It happened early this morning after it passed both the state assembly and Senate overnight. Legislators were rushing to beat their Washington counterparts. The budget will cover the costs they get from the federal government to fund rural hospitals. Lawmakers say some may have closed if Trump's spending bill passed first. The new budget also features over $360 million in new child care funding, $1.4 billion for K-12 schools, and the state's second largest tax cut. Governor Evers calling it, quote, a win for Wisconsin kids, families, and communities, and our state's future. Invasive carp are making waves in the Mississippi River. The DNR, alongside federal and state partners, are tracking a school of tagged carp to Pool 8 near La Crosse. Commercial fishers are intensifying capture efforts this week to remove these invasive species, which threaten native fish and pose risks to boaters.
So we've been trying many different things to try to remove as many as we possibly can. That includes working with some contract commercial fishermen and working with licensed commercial fishermen in Wisconsin to give us any individuals they caught.
Now, the public may notice increased boat activity along the river and are urged to give them space. Well, day 2 of Riverfest is underway. Here's a live look. There's music, some people gathering around tables, cooling off, food vendors, a beer garden, and more. Right now, guests are enjoying the Kenny Ahern family comedy show and Mike Mothy's juggling act. Earlier, we talked to guests about all the fun events you can do.
It's my first time coming to Riverfest, and I came here because my friend, they were performing Minor Theft, so we came to see their show and support them and check it out, see what's going on down here.
Today's headliner, Brett Westgrove, will start at 9 p.m. on the North Stage. Coming up, veterans in Green Bay took to the skies. How one company honored their sacrifice with unforgettable journeys. Plus, Nissan and Ford issuing major recalls on hundreds of thousands of vehicles.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Red, white, and new. It's time to refresh your space for less at the King Furniture Pre-4th of July Savings Event. Save up to 50% on an entire room of beautiful new furniture. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining, you name it. Find mattress closeout deals on overstocked inventory and special factory closeout Lazy Boy recliners at prices too good to sit out. Plus, when you trade in your old furniture, get a discount on new. We'll even deliver and haul away for free. It's the King Furniture Pre-4th of July Savings Event going on now.
It's time to find great summer values at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to get out and celebrate the season at unbeatable Farm and Fleet prices. Like men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.99. Select Beyond Breeze high velocity fans, $34.99. New at Blaine's, Royal Oak supersized charcoal briquettes, buy one, get one half price. Plus, now through Sunday, we're thanking all first responders and healthcare workers with an extra 10% off their entire purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, be an original.
Jolivet Family Farms homegrown goodness. Stop by today for some homegrown raspberries available in the market. Check for availability. Come see all that we have. Kohlrabi, onions, baby red potatoes, carrots, popcorn, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Well, veterans in Green Bay got the chance to fly in World War II training aircrafts. The flights were courtesy of the nonprofit Dream Flights, whose mission is to give back to those who gave so much. Dream Flights founder says the flights resonate with veterans across the country.
If they had their way, we'd only fly like 6 veterans a year because we would fly them every time, you know. But it puts a spring in their step. It gives energy.
7 local veterans were taken up in the restored plane. Well, Nissan is recalling more than 440,000 vehicles over an engine issue. The automaker says engine bearings may have defects that could lead to engine failure, raising the risk of a crash. The recalled vehicles include the 2021 through 2024 Rogue, 2019 to 2020 Altima, 2019 to 2022 Infiniti QX50 and 2022 Infiniti QX55. Dealers will inspect the recalled vehicles and make repairs if needed. Nissan will start notifying drivers late next month. And over 200,000 Ford vehicles are being recalled because an issue with the rear view camera. Ford said the camera may freeze or fail to display an image at all. The recall impacts more than a dozen different models of 2018 through 2024 Ford sedans, trucks, and SUVs, and about a half a dozen different models of 2019 through 2023 Lincoln sedans and SUVs. Dealers will update the camera software free of charge. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, we have storms tonight, maybe early tomorrow morning, but then the big story for going for the 4th is going to be the warm, humid conditions, heat index. We'll break all that down and then show you when we might expect to see showers and thunderstorms for the weekend. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Starting now, celebrate quality and comfort with the Made in America sale at Wesco Home. Shop trusted American brands like Smith Brothers, Lazy Boy, England, Best, Door County, and Superior Furniture, all at unbeatable prices. Right now, save on all in-stock pieces made with quality you can feel. Don't see the perfect item in stock? Save up to 30% on custom orders. Built to last, made to order, crafted with pride in the USA. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Get an 11% rebate on all outdoor storage at Menards. Suncast Sheds have the storage space you need for any backyard. Whether you're protecting toys and furniture or storing yard tools, Suncast's selection of durable, low-maintenance outdoor sheds come in a variety of styles and sizes to fit any yard. Get this Everett 6x3 storage shed on sale now for $399.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
We want every meal
to be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share.
From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together
over delicious food. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after trying Humira, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill from the makers of Humira that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Rinvoq can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Ask your rheumatologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
And take back what's yours.
Yeah, definitely is going to be the heat and humidity for the 4th. Not record-breaking heat, but definitely with the heat index, we'll be kind of in that 95 to about 100 range here for a lot of areas, at least Friday. Maybe some areas might see some of that Saturday, but we still got storms to come through tonight because that warm front's lifting north. Not everyone will see the showers and thunderstorms tonight, but definitely is a good possibility. A lot of areas will see a period of it. Then warm and muggy, as I mentioned, on the 4th, but staying dry all the way through Friday night. Even Saturday morning looks kind of dry too. Showers and thunderstorms come back on Saturday. I'm thinking the trend is more towards the afternoon and evening, and then we might see dry out eventually later Saturday night and Sunday morning. Still going to be humid Saturday, but the temperatures won't be as warm given we'll have more cloud cover and precipitation. All this activity here is going to continue to push southeast. It kind of bubbles further north of the area, but it continues to push other southeast. So I think La Crosse may stay right on the edge of this. I think most of it will be in northeast Iowa, at least southwest Wisconsin. A lot of this activity then will kind of diminish, but this whole line is going to begin to push north overnight. So eventually by 8 to 9, you'll start seeing some development north of this as it lifts north. Now, whether La Crosse sees a lot is still in a little bit in question. I think it will redevelop, especially going as it gets closer to Eau Claire, going about midnight to 1 a.m. As you start pushing it north. And notice the winds too coming out of the southeast and then south, giving you that this is a warm front that's slipping north. That activity will continue to persist just east of Eau Claire, maybe down the Black River Falls throughout the late night and then maybe into the early morning. So some of the areas along I-94 and just east might see some activity in the morning time frame, just some light showers. Rest will see cloud cover, but then it quickly vanishes. By the time we get to about 7, 8, we're just going to deal with clouds and then hazy sunshine. Temperatures continue to rise all throughout the day. Every area should get into the 90s or very close. 92, 93. Records this time of year are generally in the low 100s, so not quite that. But heat and seas will be up there too. Now, feel like as you wake up tomorrow morning, we're going to see temperatures feel like already into the 80s. By the time we get to about noon, we should be approaching in the 91, 92 time frame. And then in the afternoon is probably when the peak's going to be that 96 to 99 range too, and that will persist through the evening until that sun sets. You won't see too much of a change. Once we get to about 8 or 9, we're still looking at mid to upper 80s for heat and sea. So it's going to be muggy out there for the fireworks. Definitely stay hydrated. Heat advisories, this is not quite to the category yet, except for up towards Eau Claire and northern areas. That's because climatology would say it generally doesn't get this warm, but further south we still contend with it, but it's not quite heat advisories. Overall, for the temperatures for the 4th, as we look at really for the 8-9 time frame, there's your temperatures for Eau Claire. There's our heat in Veg Valley. We'll finally get down to the mid 80s, but notice at 8 p.m. we're still about 92 heat index, so this gives you an idea. La Crosse, very similar to 80s. We're not even below 80 at 10 p.m., so very muggy conditions, but dry, so there's a positive there. Now, showers, thunderstorms come back Saturday. Right now, it looks like it's going to be probably after the afternoon time frame. A line of showers and thunderstorms. Right now, we'll have to keep an eye on severe. I don't think that's a possibility, but that will come through. So you're probably going to have to keep an eye on that for any outdoor activities, at least till about 10 to 11 p.m. at night. So that's the temperatures there for Saturday. We're still going to be warm going into that. If you want the cooler temperatures, it's probably going to come Sunday. That will be back in the mid-80s. And next week, pretty average temperatures minus the Tuesday, Wednesday rain chance. It's looking kind of average, which would be low to mid-80s and overnight lows kind of around the mid-60s. So just got to get through this weekend, and then we'll have a little bit more refreshing, seasonable air come next week.
You're going to like that a lot.
Oh, yeah. The cooler it is, the better I like it.
The better, the happier you are, and the happier we all are.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers have their Rookie of the Month. Plus, the Loggers clinch a spot in the playoffs. Hear how the team is feeling about the accomplishment. Kate is in next with sports.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Dutch Boy, it's only paint. It's only paint that goes on easy with a super smooth finish. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only durable, dependable, change your life Dutch Boy paint.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
The Northwoods League season is cut up into two parts, and if you're at the top of the standings after the first half, then you get a pass into the playoffs, which the Loggers clinched last week, but now the team says they want more. La Crosse finished the first half 22-11. It was a close race at the top of the Great Plains East Division, where there were 3 teams within 1.5 games of the Loggers, but they were ready to go from the start of the year, and now they're back in the playoffs.
I think the biggest thing for us was some team chemistry. We really got along well from day one. I think that translated directly to the game. You know, obviously our pitching stood out, I think, early on, you know, holding the opposing teams to low amount of runs every game. Then offense started to pick it up, and once those two things come together, I think it really helps us win the games.
Last year's postseason run came to an end in the league championship. It's something that a few guys on the team remember, but this year they're looking to close the door and are hoping to bring the Loggers their first league title since 2012.
Logger history, like we're always a very competitive team, so being able to go to the playoffs is something that the fans expect and something we expect in this program. So it's definitely something, a goal of ours to be able to do and to be able to win it this year.
The Loggers are still going for their first win of the second half of the season. They're hosting the Thunder Bay Border Cats over at Copeland Park. That game starting just after 6:30. A little update from the FIMBA Maxi Basketball Championships over in Switzerland. We introduced you to the Backcourt Avengers last week. They went 2-1 in pool play where they got a spot in the top 16. They then defeated a team from Germany yesterday 52-48, but their run came to an end today in the quarterfinals. falling to a squad from Mexico 60-53. If you missed this story of the Backcourt Avengers, you can find it on our website, news8000.com. And in the MLB, the Milwaukee Phenom Jacob Misiorowski was named National League Rookie of the Month for June. Now, he got knocked around a bit in yesterday's start, but in the month of June, Misiorowski posted a 3-0 record with a 1.13 ERA, allowing just 3 hits, 7 walks, and 19 strikeouts. Among all pitchers with at least 15 innings pitched, he had the fewest hits allowed and certainly took the league by storm. Brewers will wrap up their series against the Mets tonight. That game already underway. I'll have an update tonight at 10. That'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. It wouldn't be Friday without fish. Get yours with chips for $15.99 or with shrimp for $19.99. And end your week with $4 rail mixers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Whether you're chasing early morning trout or trolling for walleye at dusk, Fleet Farm's got the fishing gear you need at the best prices guaranteed. Like Zebco's Rome Blue Spincast Reel, on sale for $29.99. The Okeechobee Fats Soft Side Gear Bag is now only $19.99. And Reef Runner's Flash Shad Lipless Crankbaits are just 2 for $17. Turn bites into bragging rights with the right gear from Fleet Farm. And check out all our weekly deals at fleetfarm.com.
Time is running out on the area's biggest and best furniture sale. The huge 4th of July sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's everything you've asked for. Store-wide sale prices, 48-month special financing, and we'll even pay for your gas just for shopping. At Drury's, you'll save on the area's finest selection of quality brands like Stressless, Flex Steel, and Smith Brothers, all at incredible savings. It's the 4th of July sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. But you'll have to hurry. It all ends Monday.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. It wouldn't be Friday without fish. Get yours with chips for $15.99 or with shrimp for $19.99. And end your week with $4 rail mixers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
All right, the area of concern probably till about 10 p.m. is what I've highlighted yellow there. Thunderstorms are kind of bubbling further up. You can kind of see as they kind of further up towards La Crosse. I think they'll stay out of the way. We'll have more storms overnight for the rest of the area, but then actually tomorrow it's really the heat. Humidity is a story. We'll see a little bit cooler on Saturday, but the shower and thunderstorm chance comes back in. I think everyone will see some wet conditions on Saturday. Just depends on when. Right now I think afternoon, evening is keep an eye, but that could change, so stay tuned.
Hopefully it does. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at 10.